know if you saw this, John. It says the moon is open for business. Entrepreneurs are racing to make billions. That they're going to, basically, they're planning on opening the moon where people can go there and have like a little colony.
That's
like as if the moon's going to become the new, like, you know, we're the Mayflower, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of what's happened to the American mythos, right? Is the frontier, the new world, the frontier.
When it's gone now, I mean, there's nowhere left to go.
Right, and Star Trek tried to propose that space would be the final frontier, and we're still playing with that. But the problem is, space isn't the same way as another continent, right? And yeah, I think America is. I hadn't thought about this. Sorry, this is just coming to me.
No, it's okay. It's just the news. It says, with its Artemis missions, the U.S. Space Agency aims to lay the foundations for the first human settlements beyond Earth and pave the way for extraplanetary colonization, and that business is at the core of its strategy.
So I've wondered about this, that maybe there's a hunger in America for another frontier.
I could see that.
Yeah. And maybe trying to make that happen. There's been some historians who talked about that and how the frontier kept moving until they hit sort of the Pacific Ocean. And then there was a problem because, this is oversimplistic, but generally what happened is people who were relatively more stable and were more sociable stayed, and people that were a little bit fringe would move to the frontier, and then they kept moving and then they end up in California, kind of thing.
Australia,
right, yeah, or Australia, right. And then the problem is, right, we lost that, or the United States. Canada didn't grow up that way, but the United States lost that ability. It lost that vision. Yeah, maybe there's even like a bit of a spiritual dimension to this. There's a trying to attempt to get a sense of, there's a frontier we can open up, we can orient towards. That's interesting. Yeah.
Well, it just makes me wonder, like, you know, what if it's just a money thing so that rich people could look cool and take pictures on the moon? Like, what big value? I mean, I guess you could open up maybe a nice restaurant there that only really rich people could go to.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just a business thing and all we're doing is sort of flinging phalluses into the sky like we've been doing recently, that's just modal confusion. It's just trying to have sex with the universe.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Yeah. Like a little bit of like a weird kind of like, let's inflict ourselves onto the world because we can afford it.
One of the rockets even looked like a penis. It was really embarrassing.
Really?
Like somebody with psychological training, I'm looking at this and going, like, that's a penis.
Yeah.
Like, and you're thrusting it into the sky, right? And it's like, it's really weird. So yeah, you're right. It could become that. But you know, if it becomes Plymouth, right? If it becomes a stepping stone to maybe opening up colonization of other planets, then that could become something other. I don't know.
There it is, right there, Blue Origin.
There you go. See what I mean?
Yeah, that thing. Somebody's just slanging a wiener out into space, homie.
Well, it's you know, my dick's bigger than yours kind of thing. Yes, yeah.
Who doesn't want to just rip their wiener off and just hum it into the damn ether? You know?